in Golden Tornadoes territory. Classical comes away with the rebound. Egbuda with the ball, working to get outside over to Old Reliable, number 12, Jada Tayada. She's got 2 on the day so far. 5-zip. Her three-pointer was good. 5-zip Classical leading. And Lynn Classical able to come away with a rebound. And Keisha Perez going to go end-to-end. Egbuda right behind for the rebound. Tries to go for a quick layup, bounces right back in, and now we get a jump ball call down here in Malden territory. Wilson inbound for the Rams. Wilson to Jallo. Jallo with the shot. Egbuda with the rebound finds Wilson. Wilson's layup will be discounted after the foul call will result in an inbound benefiting Malden. Angie Colon inbounds the ball, gets it right back, now working at the point position. Colon passing over her left side finds Tollett. Tollett passes down low. Over to Gammon. Gammon drives inside for a layup. Denied by the Rams. Rams come away with a rebound. Perez now on the offensive front, being contested well. Tropnes pressing on Perez on the inbounds. Malden able to come away with the rebound here. We got a fast break opportunity. Gammon now driving the length of the court. Loses control of the ball. Tollett picks it up. Tollett over to Tropnes. Tropnes back over to Gammon. Gammon to Tropnes. Tropnes with the 3. Can't get it to fall. Egbuda with the rebound. Wilson with the ball. Will work her way across that half mark. Tries to come inside. Gets past 1. Goes for the layup and denied. Malden's there to clean things up. Tropnes is on the move. Elects to pass back to Colon. Colon now driving in. Gets past 2 Rams. Loses control of that one, but still draws a foul. 5-0, 4.5 left in the first period. Possession call to benefit Malden. Malden to inbound from the Classical territory. Colon tasked with that responsibility and looks right inside. Finds Ebenezer. Ebenezer's shot discounted. Foul on Classical. Malden to inbound from Ram territory. Colon inbounds to Ebenezer. Ebenezer with the shot. Can't get it to fall. Closest one on the rebound. Loses control. Still Malden ball. Ebenezer now receives the inbound. Passes back outside to Colon. Keisha Perez deflects that ball back out of bounds. Making things tough on Malden. 28 seconds on the shot clock. Back up top. Classical able to come away with it. Keisha Perez on the layup. After the nice deflection from Classical's number 12, Jada Tayada. Perez with 4 on the night. Shot coming off of the fingertips of number 3, Tropnes. Tropnes draws the foul. She'll go to the line. 4 minutes left here in the first period. Rams lead 7-0. Tropnes sends that one right down the middle. Few substitutions for the Rams. Coming in, Nevaeh F. and Savannah Tang. Off, Tayada and Wilson. Tropnes' second attempt, no good. Classical's Jallo comes away with the rebound. And now Perez is on the offensive front. Perez still being pressed. Gets past Tropnes, tries to pass out to Jallo. Jallo gets a second chance at it, goes for the layup, gets it to fall. Classical 9, Malden 1. Jallo with 2 on the night so far. Few substitutions for Malden. We see some new faces out here. A little bit of back and forth. Ends up in the hands of number 23, Madison Cook. Cook can't get it where she wants it. Luckily for the Rams, Jallo's there on the rebound. Perez now at the point position. Tropnes contesting well on defense. And after that out-of-bounds call, we'll head back to Keisha Perez for the inbound. Perez finds Jallo. Jallo sending her to the right-hand side, trying to get past one, gets called for a travel. Possession call. Malden inbound from their own bench. And Madison Cook will be tasked with that responsibility. Right to Tropnes. Tropnes outside finds Tillett. Tillett to Ebenezer. Ebenezer with the layup. And what a smooth shot by the junior forward out of Malden. Her first two of the day. 9-3, Classical leading. Jallo's shot bounces around the rim and falls through for her. Jallo with 4 on the night. 11-3, 2.5 left in the first period. Malden trying to get inside the paint, and a couple extra steps result in a travel call. Classical to inbound from their own territory. And Jada Tejada coming in. Perez will come off for a break. Jallo looking to inbound, finds Savannah Tang. Malden pressing the point guards off of the inbounds throughout the game, putting a little pressure on the Lady Rams. Tejada working in front is Tropnes. Tropnes contesting well on defense, knocks that one out of bounds. Inbound going to come from Nevaeh F. F with Cook in front. Trying to find Tejada. Just too tall for her. Sails out of bounds. Malden to inbound from their own territory. And Madison Cook passes on over to Ina Tillett. And Ebenezer going for another layup. And correction on Ina Tillett, who's wearing 5. The junior guard out of Malden. And Ebenezer will head to the line. A shot. Shaking off the rust here. Ebenezer with 2 already so far. Her second. It falls. Classical to inbound. Bullock finds Tejada. Tejada with 1 in front. He's got Tropnes contesting well on defense. And the Rams point guards are going to have some work for them. They're seeing some pretty aggressive defense. And Tropnes gets called on such aggressive defense. She shakes it off with a laugh. F to inbound for the Rams. Cook in front. Savannah Tang with it. Has 1 in front. Trying to create a little bit of space. Goes back to F. F on the layup. Not there. Rebounded by number 24, Tori Gammon. Gammon will head to the line. 11-4, 2 minutes left in the first period. Her first is good. Gammon's second bounces back. Bullock's there for the rebound. Bullock trying to get past one. creating a little bit of space. Surveys, finds Savannah Tang on the cut. Tang looking back inside, trying to avoid the travel. Luckily for Tang, Angie Cologne's attempt to get a hand on it, just a little far out of reach, sails out of bounds. F to inbound for the Lady Rams. F finds Tang. She's deadly from 3. Can't get that one to fall. F on the rebound. Draws a foul from Ebenezer. F to head to the line. 1 minute and 30 seconds left in the first period. Classical 11, Malden 4. Her first. Money, money. F with 1 on the night so far. Her second. Bounces back. And Teata's there for the rebound. Unfortunate for the Rams. Gammon's too strong. Just a quick adjustment on shot clock. 25 seconds on the shot clock. Toletti passing over to number 11, Cologne. Toletti again with the ball. Cologne able to draw the foul. Classical call for blocking. Cologne's first shot, right where she wants it. Cologne with 1 on the night. 12-5. 1 minute left in the first period. Cologne second. Bounces north and south on the rim. F comes back with a rebound. Teata now in front. Contested well by Cologne. Teata luckily not the last to touch it. And Bullock now trying to find some help, finds F over the line. F able to get past 2. Cologne with a nice job on defense. Egbuda is there to clean things up. Finds Teata. Teata going to Bullock. Bullock drives inside, goes for the layup, can't get it. Malden's Ebenezer comes away with the rebound. And now Malden is on the move. Gammon at that point position elects to pass over to Cologne. Cologne to Toletti. Toletti to Ebenezer. Ebenezer for 3. Can't get it. Teata with the rebound. It goes to Bullock. Bullock to F. Back to Bullock. Bullock surveying, trying to find an open Egbuda, and does. And the kid Cologne making things tough on the Rams. Toletti with the ball going in, drives in for 2. Toletti with her first on the night. 12-7, seconds on the clock. And at the end of 1, Lady Rams lead over to Lady Golden Tornadoes 12-7. We'll be back with the second period. Yeah, I never heard that either. Oh. They're leaning in this week. And we're back for the start of the second. 8 minutes on the clock. Rams leading by 5. Cologne with the ball at that point position. Passes over to Toletti. And Toletti back to Cologne. Toletti to Ebenezer. Ebenezer driving in. Can't get it. And Wilson is there to clean things up. Contested immediately. That ball falls out of bounds. Jallo to inbound. Wilson at the point position. In front is Gammon. Wilson goes past that half mark, looking to create a little bit of separation. Wilson loses control. Off of Gammon. Wilson to inbound from the bench side. Box out our orders. And surveying. Finds an open Divine Egbuda. Egbuda to Perez. Perez back to Egbuda. Egbuda to Perez. Perez regains control. Now working in front is Toletti. Perez trying to find Jallo. And Madison Cook steals that one away. Cologne now on the move. Perez in front. Cologne with a spin to the left. Over to Toletti. Toletti finds Ebenezer. Ebenezer too tall for Ebenezer. Madison Cook cleaning it up. And Cook adding another 2 to the tally, her first 2 of the night. Wilson with the rock. Passes over to Perez. Perez trying to create a little space. Now double team going back over to Wilson. Wilson surveying. Takes the 3. Gets it to fall. First of the night for Lauren Wilson, the senior out of Classical. Toletti over to Cologne. Cologne finds Ebenezer at the foul line for the shot. Jallo comes down with the rebound. Over to Wilson, and Wilson not ready for it. Too excited after she drained that 3. Classical trying to regain control of this game as they only hold the 6-point lead over the Malden Golden Tornadoes. Cook inbounds the ball way up top to number 3, Tropness. Tropness finds Toletti. Toletti contested by Perez. Tropness back to Toletti. Toletti up top. She would think she was going for Cook. And Gammon intercepts the ball from her own team, drives it in. Adds another 2 to her tally. 3 on the night for Tropness. Sorry, 3 on the night for Gammon. 15-11, less than 6 in the second. Pass over to Gammon results in a rebound for Lauren Wilson. And if Classical's quick on those rebounds, Malden doesn't have too much time to add much pressure. And Perez trying to go inside, passes back to Wilson. Wilson's shot no good, rebounded by Egbuda. Egbuda's shot no good, rebounded by Jallo. And Jallo adding another 2 to the scoreboard for Classical. Jallo with 6 on the night, leading scorer so far. Another interception by Perez, goes the length, pulls back and stops. Gets called for a travel, and Malden inbound from their own territory. Timeout, Malden. Less than 5 in the game in the first half. 17-11, Classical leading. Top scorers of the game so far: Tori Gammon for Malden and Linda Jallo for Classical. Jallo with 6 and Gammon with 3. So far, so good for the Rams, although they've been a little complacent as they hold a short lead here. Contested well on the inbounds by Malden when given the time. Classical moves best after the rebound mid-game. If you're just joining us here on YouTube live, we want to say thank you. Make sure you like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell for any up-to-date information coming out of your very own Lynn Classical here at 235 O'Callahan Way. I want to say thanks to our crew from Classical. We got Lyman up in the perch today, bringing you smooth and steady shots. If you're watching on our Comcast and Verizon channels, thanks for watching Lynn Educational Television. I'm your announcer today, Sean Donahue, and we're happy to bring you GBL women's basketball. So after the timeout, we're going to stick to the bench side for the inbound. Malden putting their game plan together and trying to use the last 5 minutes of this half to get back into things and quite possibly take the lead. The inbound to Cologne. Cologne with 2 in front. Passes over to Tropness. Tropness back to Cologne. Cologne finds Cook. Cook with a long pass over to Tropness. Tropness to Cologne. And catches Tang out of line. Passes over to Cook. Cook for 3. A no-go. Egbuda coming away with the rebound. Wilson on the move across that half mark. She's got Gammon in front. Wilson trying to drive past Gammon, just stealing it away from Wilson. And it looks like we're going to get a foul call or a push. So after the foul, Cologne will take it the length. Cologne looks over to Cook. Cook down to Ebenezer. Ebenezer with 2 in front for the layup. Jallo pulls down that rebound like it's hers, and it certainly is this series. Perez driving inside, trying to create a little bit of space. Finds Jallo. Jallo getting strong inside, trying to find a little bit of separation. Long pass over to F, and she sinks it for 2. Nevaeh. Good TV media student. 3 on the night for F. 19-11. 3 minutes and 45 seconds. We will not have a half-court violation as it came off of the fingertips of Perez. Cologne passing over to number 3. Tropness for 3. Can't get it to fall. And now Gammon fighting for it in there against Jallo and Egbuda. Those two, between them, might have the biggest love for rebounds in Classical history. Not sure if that's true, but it sounds fun. Keisha Perez at that point position, looking for a little bit of help. Timeout call from Coach Sawyer. 19-11, 3 minutes, 12 seconds left in the half. Classical standing at a record right now, 7 wins, 2 losses in the GBL. And Malden standing at a record of 8-2 in the GBL. Both of these teams vying for some of those top positions. Malden able to beat Chelsea this past game 59-24. And Classical's last game over Everett, a 2-point victory. Trying to ride that momentum back here to 235 O'Callahan Way. So we'll watch as both teams try to make their adjustment in these final minutes of the first half. And that buzzer means hoops are about to start. So we're back, and you're listening to me. Hopefully you like it, and if you don't, John will be back shortly. Keisha Perez to inbound for the Rams. Perez has Jallo in front, right back to Keisha Perez. Perez trying to drive inside. F picks up the fumble. Knocked away by Ebenezer. Ebenezer now on an opportunity for a quick score. Can't get that one to fall. Egbuda with the rebound, hands it off to Perez. Perez now on the push again. Gammon in front. Sorry, Tropness in front. Egbuda going up for a layup. Stuffed by Ebenezer. Perez retrieves that one after it's knocked back across that half mark. Gets called for carrying. 19-11 still here with just about 2.5 in the first half. Cologne with the ball, now playing on the defensive front. Movement very well for Malden. Gammon's shot is denied. Eth comes away with it. Passes over to Jada Teata. Teata with Tropness in front. And Coach Sawyer barking out from the bench hand side. Hey, Lady Rams, we need you guys to move. And then Jallo trying to bounce that one off of the shins of a Malden Golden Tornado. She was ready for that one. Cologne scoops it up and pushes that one across the half mark. Malden not able to score there. Classical now working on the offensive front. Jallo with the ball after the pass from Tang. Back to Tang. Tang with a little bit of space on the left-hand side. Surveying. Tang trying to drive in. Now with one Golden Tornado. Malden playing in a zone, willing to pass off players. Egbuda with another 2. Nice bounce pass there to Egbuda. And Egbuda getting onto the board, 21-11, Rams over the Golden Tornadoes. And Gammon trying to find Ebenezer inside. And Jallo shocked at the call. She's saying all ball. Refs are saying some forearm. Cologne looking to find some help, and she does in the form of Kimberly Tropness. Tropness able to draw a foul. She's going to head to the line. This is her second time at the line, 1 on the night so far for the junior guard out of Malden. The shot bounces off of the rim and back into the paint. Tropness' second is good. Two on the night for Tropness, 21-12. 1 minute left in the first half. Her third, right where she wants it. Make it 3. Tang now with the rock, driving across that half mark. Create a little bit of separation, driving inside the paint, finds Egbuda with the layup. Nothing there, contested well by Ebenezer. Cologne with the ball now. Cologne finds number 5, Ina Toletti. Ebenezer with the ball. Ebenezer to Toletti. Toletti trying to drive inside. Has 2 Rams in front. Tang steals it away. Tang now pushing on the offensive front. Surveying, settles down, finds Bullock. Bullock trying to create a little bit of space and separation. Driving inside. Goes for the layup and stuffed by Ebenezer. Bullock able to draw one, or rather, Ebenezer is able to draw one. And they get Bullock for tripping. 21-13, less than 30 in the first half. And Ebenezer to take her first. The textbook free throw results in Ebenezer's 3rd point of the night. Her second. Swish, nothing but net. Ebenezer with 4, 21-15. Bullock goes the length, goes for the layup, and now draws the foul. The first team foul for Malden in this quarter. Bullock will go to the line this time for 2. 21-15. Rams over the Golden Tornadoes. Her first. Right in. Bullock with her first point on the night so far, the senior out of Classical. Her second results in a rebound from Egbuda. Egbuda going up for a layup. Denied and rebounded by Ebenezer. Ebenezer passing over to Cologne. And now Garmin up for a layup. Bounces back in. F comes away with a rebound. F finds Bullock. Bullock contested well on defense. Might be a little too fast. Trying to drive inside the paint. That ball knocked away. So at the end of two, Classical's 22 to Malden's 15. We'll be back with the third period. Just hit them with the scoreboard so that they know when the clock's ticking down and all that stuff. That's a good indicator for us. If we got to go, you can tune into the YouTube page. It's about a 10-second delay.
BRB, bud. I'll be right back.
8 minutes on the board, and we're back here for the start of the second half. Classical inbound, far side of the court. Malden now on the inbound. 22-15, Rams over the Golden Tornadoes. Gammon with the ball, passes a long pass over to Cologne, ends back to Gammon. Gammon for a layup, denied by Egbuda, going for it again. Still nothing. Perez steals it away and falls very gracefully after the tripping call. So Perez to inbound for the Rams. Perez to Wilson, and Wilson right back to her. Perez with a nice handy spin move back inside. Still working against Tropnes, passes over to Wilson. Wilson in with Toletti in front, able to drive past left-hand side, goes for the layup, and Wilson drops one. Wilson with 5 on the night so far. And a pass inside intended for Gammon, deflected away by the Rams. F to inbound for the Lady Rams. And she finds Teata. Teata contested pretty well immediately by Toletti. Trying to create a little bit of space, passes it off to Keisha Perez. Perez looking to Wilson. Wilson driving inside, finds Teata. Teata up top, back to Perez. Perez with a little bit of space, finds Egbuda inside. Egbuda with Ebenezer in front. Ebenezer knocks that one away, comes away with a rebound. Cologne, long pass to Gammon. Gammon for the layup. Gets fouled. So Gammon going to the line. And Gammon with 3 on the night so far for the senior forward out of Malden. Her first right in. Her second. And gets that one a fall. Wilson to inbound, finds Perez, and Classical's on the move again. Perez working hard to get past Tropnes. Tries to find a little lane to left-hand side, passes back out to F. F finds Egbuda. Egbuda with the jumper. A little too much. Ebenezer comes away with a rebound. Perez getting called for the foul. Second team foul for Classical this quarter. Tropnes inbounds to Cologne. Cologne working at that point position. Back to Tropnes. Tropnes finds Gammon. Gammon faces 2 Rams in front. A long pass over to Cologne. Cologne finds Toletti. Toletti with the shot. And Wilson comes away with a rebound. Wilson now on the move. 1 in front. Goes for the jumper. Not enough on it. Cologne comes away with a rebound. Passes it off to Tropnes, and Tropnes finds Gammon. But before Gammon's shot is called, we got a foul on the Rams. Sorry, a foul on Malden. The inbound from Wilson finds Egbuda, and Egbuda is looking back for a point guard. And she'll trust Keisha Perez with that responsibility. Perez driving onto the right-hand side, trying to bring in some slides, looking for Wilson. Wilson, Egbuda, and Egbuda can't get it there. Gammon now goes the length of the court. Going for the layup, gets fouled by Egbuda. Gammon to go to the line again. Gammon with 3 on the night so far. Make it 4. Sorry, Gammon with 5 on the night so far. Make it 6. Malden within 5 of the Classical Rams. And an inbound results in a steal by Gammon. Wilson not ready for the pass. Wilson now driving. Goes across that half mark. Gammon still in front. Wilson passes outside to Teata. Teata working to drive the ball in. Passes out to Eth after drawing a few defenders. Classical still vying for possession here. And a nice save by Keisha Perez in avoiding that half-court violation. Tropness gets called on the block. Perez to inbound, sets the call. Classical trying to create a little bit of space for Wilson. Egbuda comes out of the paint for the help, and Wilson for 3. Egbuda coming away with that rebound. Finds Wilson again. Wilson driving inside. Pulls in with a nice spin with the jumper. Not there. Egbuda cleaning it up. Egbuda with 4 on the night so far. The freshman out of Lynn Classical. Cologne now tasked to go the length of the court. Passes over to Madison Cook. Cook with a long pass over to Tropness. That one falls a little short. Classical will inbound as it rolls out of bounds. Wilson will be tasked with that liability. And after the last bound, it certainly could be. Egbuda with the height will take the inbound, looking over for a point guard and finds Perez. Perez trying to drive inside. Perez being called out for not being able to go to her left and does right there. Passes over to Wilson. Wilson creating a little bit of space. Contested well by the Malden defense. Perez now with all kinds of space on her right-hand side. Looking to set a pick is Egbuda. Goes a little bit shallow. Perez goes to her left. Goes for the layup. Can't get it to fall. Ebenezer comes away with the rebound. Cologne with a fast pass to Tropness. Just too much for the junior guard out of Malden. Keisha Perez to inbound for the Rams. And Ina Toletti to make a substitution for Angie Cologne. Perez now with Tropness in front, drives inside on the left hand, goes for the layup. And she falls flat on the ground. Rebound by Ebenezer. Passes over to Tropness. Tropness to Ebenezer for 2. That one won't fall. Egbuda on the rebound, gets it over to Wilson. Wilson now at the top of the key with the shot for 3. Can't get that one to fall. Egbuda's there for the rebound, but Ebenezer in front. Ina Toletti at that point position, passes over to Madison Cook. Timeout, Malden. 26-19, just under 3 minutes in the third period. And Malden trying to claw their way back into this one. Facing between a 7 and 8 point deficit much of the game. Pulling within 5 a few times. Classical having some trouble on effective passing. Both of these teams are vying for top positions in the GBL. Malden with a record of 8 wins, 2 losses. And the Rams are 7-2. I want to say thank you so much for those who are tuned in live to the Classical YouTube channel. Anytime we've got these home games and yours truly is announcing, we can and will have the ability to stream out live as long as the internet connection is clean here. So if you enjoy live sports, make sure you like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell for any time that we are doing so. So after the timeout, we're going to head back to the court. Cook to inbound. Finds Toletti. Toletti back to Cook. Cook drives inside. Goes for a pass deflected by Teata. Cook to inbound again. Goes to Toletti. Toletti to Cook. Is this Groundhog Day? Cook looks down low over to number, 24. That's Gammon. And Gammon going for a shot. Forces Ebenezer to go up for the rebound, but to no avail. Classical will inbound after the foul call. Gammon in front of Wilson. Wilson drives to the left-hand side, goes for the layup. Can't get enough air under it. And Egbuda going for that rebound. Classical able to draw a foul, but they'll be inbounding from the Malden territory. Keisha Perez with the rock, passes outside of Wilson. Wilson contested quickly by Cologne. Pulling up for three. Wilson gets it to fall, 29-19. Wilson with 8 on the night so far. And with that, she has become the leading scorer for the Lady Rams and in the games overall. And a good effort by Wilson results in somewhat of a pass to Egbuda. Perez with it for three. Can't get it to fall, a little too strong. Did see the kid in the weight room earlier, so, maybe take it easy there. Wilson inbound for the Rams. And after an adjustment to the clock, we're back to the action. Wilson surveying, finds Egbuda. Egbuda with a little bit of space back to Wilson with some space for three. F on the rebound. F to Keisha Perez. Perez with Toletti in front, drives to the right-hand side, inside, gets called for a travel on that layup. 77 seconds left in the third period. Classical leading by 10 over Malden. Toletti with the rock, passes down to Cook. Cook trying to find a long pass, finds Ebenezer. Ebenezer down low, over to Gammon. Gammon's shot forced to be rebounded by Ebenezer, and Ebenezer cleans that one up. Adds another 2 to her total. Ebenezer with 6 in the night so far. And Wilson has a warm hand, passes it off to F. F to Teata. Teata with Cook in front. Now with Cologne, passes over to Perez. Perez back to F. F passing outside of Teata for 2. Can't get it to fall. Gammon now going the length of the court, has 3 Rams in front, drives to the left-hand side, knocked away by Perez. Cologne inbound for the Golden Tornadoes. Toletti to Cologne. Cologne with a long pass, intercepted by Lauren Wilson. Wilson going to length, pulls back, trying to drive inside the left-hand side. She slows things down, finds Savannah Tank for 3. A little too strong. Ebenezer comes away with a rebound. Cologne now at that point position, works across the half mark. Cologne surveying, finds Toletti. Toletti drives inside, couple Rams in front, bounce past to Gammon. Gammon gets it to fall for 2. And Gammon with 8 on the night, and with that one, ties Wilson on high scorer. So at the end of 3, Classical leading 29 to Malden's 23. We'll be back with the fourth quarter. 8 minutes on the board. 1 quarter left. And a 6-point deficit for Malden. Malden working to get back into this one. Cologne with the ball, passes over to Toletti. Toletti with a little space, back to Cologne. Cologne thinking about pulling up, drives inside for the layup. Egbuda's there for the rebound. Loses control, F there for it, and Gammon fighting for it. Jump ball call, classical ball. Wilson inbound for the Rams. And now a press being put on to the Lady Rams on these transitions as Malden is fighting these last 8 minutes all the way. And Tang going all the way, trying to go for the layup, stuffed by Ebenezer. And now Gammon with the rock, driving inside. Wilson in front, gets called for a travel. Rams ball down in Malden territory. Wilson, Perez are back for the effort. Wilson will work that point position. Wilson with Gammon in front. Wilson driving inside. And Wilson able to draw a foul. She's going behind the net to inbound. Wilson finds Egbuda with a quick shot. In and out. And Ebenezer screaming up there for the rebound. Passes over to number 3, Tropness. Tropness able to drop in another 2. 29-25, Malden closer and closer as these seconds tick away. Perez with a long pass to F to Wilson for 3. Can't get it to fall. And Perez wondering what she did wrong on the rebound. Ref says we got a push call. And Coach Sawyer wants a bit of an explanation on that one. Not happy with said explanation. 6 minutes and 44 seconds left in the 4th period. That 6-point deficit cut to 4 in this first minute and 15 seconds of this last period here. Cologne with the rock and a little bit more pep in the step of Malden. And a shot or a pass, a long pass coming from Gammon to Tropness. Tropness to Cologne and Cologne to Toletti. Toletti pulling up, finds Gammon inside. Gammon with Egbuda in front. Ebenezer with the rebound. Now Tropness coming down with it. Egbuda too strong for the Golden Tornadoes. Takes that one away and passes it off to Lauren Wilson. Wilson finds Tayada, and Tayada now working with Cologne in front. Trying to create a little bit of space, likes to pass off to the old reliable 3-5. Driving inside, finds Egbuda for the easy 2. Not so easy. Ripped down from the board by Gammon. Gammon passing over to Cologne. Cologne over to Toletti. Toletti looking at Gammon. Gammon surveying with a long pass over the head of F. And Tropness ends up with it. Fields her own rebound. She had a sneaking suspicion that that one might bounce back into that spot, and she was as right as you could be. Bounces out of bounds off of a Lady Ram. Malden to inbound from classical territory. Cologne with a long pass up top to Toletti. Toletti passing off to Gammon. Gammon for the layup. And Jallo's right there with the Ebenezer. Ebenezer going up for 2, draws the foul. And Ebenezer will go to the line once again. F to make a substitution for Jallo. And 29-25. Lady Rams lead by 4 with just under 5.5 left. Her first shot off the back of the rim. Her second. Swish, nothing but net. Ebenezer, 8 on the night. Wilson working that point position, drives inside on Gammon, goes for the layup. Buddha there for the rebound, but Ebenezer in front. Bounces over to the hands of Lauren Wilson, and Wilson able to drop another 2, 10 on the night for the senior out of Lynn Classical. Timeout call, 31-26 in favor of the Lady Rams. Coach Sawyer will take some time and make sure that the Rams are focused on these final 5 minutes here. If you're just joining us, thanks for tuning in to our YouTube channel here at Lynn Classical. Like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell for all live sports that we broadcast out of here at 235 O'Callahan Way. If you're watching on our Comcast or Verizon channels, we're happy to bring you GBL Ladies Basketball here on Lynn Educational Television. I'm your announcer, Sean Donahue, today, and I want to say thanks to our crew from Lynn Classical. We got a lineman up on the perch today, bringing you these smooth and steady shots. Classical and Malden both vying for top positions in the GBL. Malden working with a record of 8-2. Classical with a record of 7-2. Last win for Classical was a 2-point victory over Everett. Cologne with the ball at that point position. Passes over to Tropness. Tropness to Garmin. Garmin with a long pass over to Toletti. Toletti back to Cologne. Cologne to Toletti. Toletti finds Ebenezer. Ebenezer met immediately by that Rams defense. Passes over to Tropness. Tropness for 3. Gets it to fall. Tropness. 8 on the night so far. A bit of turmoil in front of the bench. A lot of excitement here in the gym. Stolen back by Malden. A 3-point attempt by Tropness results in a rebound by F. Classical trying to stay calm, cool, and collected as Malden claws their way back into this one. 4 and under a half to go. A 3-pointer from Savannah Tang, her first of the night. Tang with 3 so far. And a great answer to Tropness' 3. 34-29, Rams still leading by 5 and just over 4 minutes in the fourth period. A lot of excitement in the last 30 seconds. Some not so nice things yelled at the referees. We're not very partial to that here at Lynn Educational Television. We're all about good sportsmanship. So the timeout from Sawyer. Tries to keep his Rams in order. And both of these teams hungry for another win. Both coming off of a win. Hoping to walk away with a win. We got 4:14 left in the fourth quarter. Let's see what happens here. And some friendly banter between coaches. While we get underway, 4 minutes left. Long pass over to Tropness. Tropness trying to find Gammon down low at the front. A long pass inside to Ebenezer. Rebound by Wilson. Wilson working her way up the court. Gets across that half mark. Has Tropness in front. A pass over to Jada Teata. And then Savannah Tang for another 3. Can't get that one to fall. Cologne will come away with a rebound. Working her way up the right-hand side of the court. Slowing things down, goes for the layup. Eth with the rebound. Eth finding Wilson. Wilson slowing things down. Tropness in front. Stuffed by Ebenezer. Tropness now with the ball. 2 Rams in front. Drives to the right hand and then left-hand side. Goes for the layup and is able to draw the foul. Tropness to head to the line once again. Her first. In and out. Just a kiss to the inside of the rim. He'll get another attempt. Still a 5-point deficit for Malden. Her second. No good. She's just there to receive her own rebound. Bounces into an awkward position with Toletti. Malden effectively calling a timeout, trying to preserve possession of that one. After the timeout, Malden will be tasked to inbound from Rams territory. 3:11 left in the game. Malden down by 5. Toletti to Cologne. Cologne working inside. Passes over to Gammon. A long pass over to Tropness. Stolen away by Keisha Perez. Perez on a fast break opportunity slows things down, allows her team to get back into position. Hands it off to the hot hand, Lauren Wilson. Back to Keisha Perez. Perez trying to get inside, knocked away. Perez able to recover, gets that one over to Lauren Wilson, and Wilson finds Eth for 2. Eth with 5 of the night so far, the junior out of Classical. Cologne at the top of the key, passes over to Toletti. Toletti for 3, bounces around. Igbuda comes down with a rebound. Slows things down, passes over to Perez. Perez with Tropness in front. Works to her right-hand side. Passes over to F. F driving. Cologne in front, knocks that one away. Classical going to maintain possession and inbound from their opponent's territory. Wilson tasked with the inbound. Finds F. F pulls up for 1, blocked and knocked away by Ebenezer. Stolen back by Igbuda. Passes over to Perez. Perez to Wilson, and Wilson for 3. Misses the rim. Cologne comes back with a rebound. Drives in through the paint. Ebenezer with the shot. Gets that one a fall. Ebenezer with 4 on the night so far. I'm sorry. 9 on the night so far. Wilson with Gammon in front, drives to the left-hand side, goes for the layup and sinks it. Wilson with an answer, 12 on the night so far for the senior Ram. Coach Sawyer really excited about this one. We got Tropness trying to get inside, going for the layup, denied by Igbuda. Keisha Perez with it, passes over to Eth. Eth with Cologne in front, back to Perez. Perez to Wilson. Wilson with Gammon in front. Foul on Malden, and Lauren Wilson inbound for the Rams. Wilson barking out her orders. Finds Igbuda up at the top. Passes over to Keisha Perez. Perez drives inside, goes for the layup, can't get it. Ebenezer pulls it down, passes over to Cologne. Less than 60 seconds in this fourth quarter. Toletti up to Cologne. 56 seconds left. 7-point deficit for Malden for 3. No good. F comes down with it. Pass to Perez, intercepted by Tropness, and Tropness passes down to Garman. Garman tosses it in for 2. Gammon. Gammon with 10 on the night so far. 38-33. Less than 60 seconds in this fourth quarter. A 5-point deficit for Malden. Malden taking this time to make a few substitutions. Cook subbing in. Malden with 1 timeout left here. Classical with 2. After the timeout, we'll get back to action. We're going to head to Golden Tornadoes territory. Wilson inbound for the Lady Rams. Finds Keisha Perez. Back to Wilson. Wilson working to get across that half mark. Not contested after a nice pass from Perez. Gammon in front. Passes over to Keisha Perez. Perez with Tropness in front. Gets called for a travel. Perez, Sawyer, the Lord, all shocked at that call. Timeout call here by Coach Sawyer. 5-point deficit. Classical going to use this time to assess and make sure that they've got a good defensive plan here and keep Malden from climbing their way back into it. Malden with a record of 8 wins, 2 losses in the GBL, and Classical at 7-2. And there was a game that was canceled because of that snowfall a few Mondays back. That'll be redone on February 5th. So we're happy to bring you that makeup game. That's the difference in records right now between these two teams. Top scorers on the night, Wilson with 12. Kids had a hot hand throughout, a couple 3-pointers in there, and a lot of good defensive efforts. Some solid passes coming from old 35. Top scorers for Malden with 9, Amanda Ebenezer. And then with 10, you got Tori Gammon, the senior forward out of Malden. And Malden to inbound from the far side of the court. Toletti tasked with that. Ina Toletti's pass to Angie Colon. Colon driving inside. Passes out to Tropness. Tropness to Colon, back to Toletti. Toletti trying to drive inside again. Looking to pass out. Looks like Malden's trying to draw in that Classical defense. A long shot coming from Ina Toletti. Sinks it for 3. 5 on the night for Toletti. 2-point deficit. 15 seconds left in this game. 38-37, sorry, 1-point deficit. And what a shot for Toletti. Ref helping us get the scoreboard fixed. So we were right before. 2-point deficit, 38-36. Yeah, I was wondering. I'm thinking to myself, that looked a lot like a 2-pointer. And we'll certainly see a press here. Rams to inbound from Malden territory. And there's a lot of momentum on that blue and gold bench right now. We're showing 38-35. So 3-point deficit, I think. I'm not sure the math is right. But that's what the ref said. So we follow the rules around here. Lauren Wilson with the inbound responsibility. Classical with 1 timeout left. Malden with none. And you're seeing all Malden players numbering up with the Rams. Wilson with Ebenezer in front. Wilson trying to find a little bit of space, finds Keisha Perez, back to Wilson. Wilson now trying to drive the length of the court, 10 seconds left. Wilson drives inside, gets fouled in the last effort and desperation by Malden. It'll be a possession call. Classical will be able to inbound from their own territory. So 38-35, Rams leading over the Malden Golden Tornadoes. 9 seconds left in the game here. So, Lauren Wilson inbound from Rams territory. Malden all numbered up. Cologne in front of Wilson. Wilson finds Egbuda, or rather stolen away from Tropnis. Cologne now trying to push it. Egbuda will pull it. Gets called for a travel. Inbound going to happen from our bench side. 2 seconds left. And we got about a 20-second delay. I'm watching the YouTube feed, and, yep, it was a travel. Oop. 2 seconds left. 3-point deficit. Classical ahead of Malden. Both teams are trying to stay out of that 3-point or adding a third loss to their column, rather. And Malden inbound from their own territory. Cologne going to be tasked with such a responsibility late in this game. F in front, a long pass to Madison Cook for 3. Can't get it to fall. Classical's going to walk away with the victory, 38-35. Classical going to improve to a record of 8-2, while Malden falls to a record of 8-3. Top scorers of the night with 10 for the Golden Tornadoes, Victoria Gammon and Lauren Wilson with 12 on the night so far. Great team play by both teams, but when it comes to moving up in the GBL, only one of these teams are going to do so. Well, that's it. We're happy to bring you GBL women's basketball here on our YouTube channel from Lynn Classical, as well as on Lynn Educational Television's Comcast and Verizon channels. Happy to be here. Happy you tuned in. Thanks to my crew from Classical for coming out from 235 O'Callahan Way. I'm your announcer, Sean Donahue, wishing you all the best.